Hello guys, so August 16th editorial. Today is a Wednesday and we'll first tell you the headlines. If you are looking for test series, please WhatsApp me. We'll discuss at the end of this video. We'll directly go to the headlines. The first one, because yesterday it was Independence Day, the Prime Minister's speech will happen obviously, and there usually you know what will happen, our developments, our achievements, our future. So one line was there, India was overcoming the ills of 1,000 years of slavery of the past and is now laying the foundation for a 1,000-year golden era. Okay, so that one catchy line alone, I found it interesting. Remaining, you can simply go to YouTube and watch the Prime Minister's speech, okay, which is already there in public. So that article, there is nothing else to discuss. Then here, we have already discussed it yesterday or day before yesterday, where I told you what is the concept of inflation, what is CRR, what is repo rate, and during inflation, the Monetary Policy Committee, where RBI governor is the chair, they will decide like, okay, let's increase the CRR, let's increase the interest rate, because when you increase it, then people will not get much money for a loan and then they will not spend too much. Or inflation you can control. To control the inflation, always the rates will be increased by the Monetary Policy Committee and RBI. But this time, even though we have inflation, they kept it constant. So that same thing they have discussed again. Okay, yesterday some other author discussed, today another author is discussing. It is the same thing. So it's a repeat article. Then here, if you see, this is our main article of interest today. Multi-dimensional poverty index, that is in Indian context and global context, meaning there are two reports. One, the UN related report, which is the proper multi-dimensional poverty index. Then Niti Aayog is actually replicating it in little bit in Indian context, and in both places India has improved, or many people have come out of poverty. That is the stats which has come out. So that detailed thing in the Hindu also a lot of points are there, but before Hindu at least 4, 5, 6 slides of notes I have prepared for you, which you can use in your prelims, mains and interview. Okay, so that will be the most important and only important article we'll be discussing today. Okay, then here if you see, it's a mathematics and statistics related article. Only if your optional is mathematics or you have interest in statistics and accounting, then you can read that article. Here only one prelims point is there. India's Journal of Statistics is called Sankhya. Okay, Sankhya. In 1935, Tagore referred to the magic of mathematics as the dance step of numbers in the arena of time and space. So like this, that one factual thing alone, that there is a Indian Journal of Statistics since the like before independence, and Tagore referred like our numbers and all this as dance steps of numbers, the mathematics. So that alone I found interesting. Remaining all is complete philosophy and mathematics. Okay, so that article is not useful for you for UPSC exam at least. Then here is like tomatoes inflation again. Every day it's coming. Tomato price is going up, going down, and in different states how it is. That they have shown a chart. So not important. Here it's full religion and philosophy, especially Islam. And Islam, if you see in European countries and all, they don't allow this public display of your religious things. Okay, you cannot do lot of rallies, and you cannot do prayers on the road. You cannot do such things. In India, you see, because it's a secular country, you see such instances here and there. People in railway station are praying, people in public roads are praying. That and all they won't allow. So that actually Sweden, Finland, France, everybody are banning such things. So that Muslims community is not liking it. Muslim community in the sense, the main body, religious body, the body which they have is the Organization of Islamic Corporation based in Saudi Arabia. So 57 Muslim countries are there. So India is not a part of it. Okay, so they have suspended the status of Sweden's envoy thing, and Sweden is a Scandinavian nation. Try to find out which are Scandinavian nations. Okay, there will be Norway, Finland, Sweden. Some countries are there in that area above Europe. So this country status, because they have been doing something, repeatedly abusing the Holy Quran or the Islamic symbols, or telling something against it. So they are not liking it. So they are telling this is like Islamophobia. And so then after that, this is the first paragraph of the article, and after that the complete article is about their Salafi, Waqaf board, and complete Islam related philosophies there. That in no exam nobody will ask you. So out of your interest, you can read that. Okay, I have read the article. This much only is the extra prelims fact you have to study, and whenever later article comes, this body I will teach you in detail which are the exact members and all. Okay, so that is the article. And this one, Telangana elections are coming, so their politics and the party names and who can win, who will not win, that things are written here. So if you see overall, only that multi-dimensional poverty index is there, and that we will discuss in detail. Okay, in detail we will discuss. So make notes of it. It's your choice, because people keep asking how to make notes. That in my foundation I've already covered. If you have not seen the foundation, WhatsApp me. Okay, there is a method for everything. It's not like randomly do things. So that please come and WhatsApp me. And test series, again, current affair packages are there. 5 years of current affair, 60 months, which will have thousands of pages of MCQs and explanations and notes of current affairs which happened over the years. And that separate packs you can buy, meaning 12 month, 24 month, 36 months, up to your choice you can buy. And also the complete prelims plus mains integrated timetable pack is also there, where you can sit and study from home and weekly do our test PDF for prelims, and even write the mains answers, where we'll get you will get evaluations. That batch is also open. It is starting August 21, so only 1 week left. Please WhatsApp me and get the details, and do the necessary installment payment. Okay, so WhatsApp number is given here, and foundation, free foundation is there, which you have to watch. No matter you are enrolling to test series or not enrolling, please watch the foundation. Okay, so now July 2023, 2 things happened. First actually the UN will release, actually UNDP and the Oxford Poverty UN group is there. They release the Global Multidimensional Poverty Index, and replicating that or inspiring from that, Niti Aayog releases the National Multidimensional Poverty Index. Okay, so that if you see, I will compare both and tell you what is it, because there is slight difference in which what India does. So the Indian context, Indian report, when it came, in that it's told 13.5 crore Indians escaped poverty during the 5-year period time from 2015 to 2019. Okay, you should make notes today, because there are a lot of factual points which in your mains also you can write when it comes to poverty, which is a repeat question. Every year in GS1 mains, one question will be there on poverty. Okay, so these facts are mandatory to be written. Like next month, 2023 mains is happening. If you are giving, this has to be written. Okay, all the points which I am discussing today. So still 1 in 7 Indians is multidimensionally poor. Okay, so first edition, Niti Aayog's first edition came in 2021. The global one is coming since many years. I think 2010 the first report came, but Niti Aayog did the first edition in 2021, and now in 2022-23 the second edition came. So what they are doing, they are aiming at deconstructing the global MPI. The global report itself they take, but just adjust it to Indian context. Okay, there are some more indicators which they use that I will teach you now with pictures. I will teach you. So it's a customized MPI for India. Okay, it seeks to draw up comprehensive reform action plans with the larger goal of improving India's position. Okay, meaning we also, if we study that and put in our context, we'll understand, okay, what we have to improve, where we are lacking, and then the next time when global report comes, maybe our rank will improve better. Okay, that is the aim of this Niti Aayog's report. So Niti Aayog is the nodal agency for this national MPI, and the 3 broad indicators, okay, which is health, education, living standard. Everything has 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 weightage, and they calculate how much people are poor. Okay, and within this there are many subcategories. That is where the difference comes in the global and the Indian one, that I'll teach you now. Global one and Indian one, both the main categories are this thing is health and education and living standard, but within them there are some changes which I will teach you. Okay, so they calculate something called deprivation score, and if it is like 1/3, meaning it is like 0.33 or above deprivation they feel, then that means you are multidimensionally poor. Okay, like that they calculate for a set of people and population. So the data, Niti Aayog gets the data. One is from the global thing, they get the data, and the Indian National Family Health Survey, from that they get. Okay, so these are all not mentioned in your Hindu. Okay, first 4-5 slides is full my static teaching to you to make you understand the concept, and the prelims and mains complete thing I'll give you. Then I'll show you the Hindu article also, where some pointers which are highlighted you can note down. Okay, so this is the basic outcome of the Niti Aayog's report. This is the global multidimensional index, where again if you see health, education, the leftmost, health, education and standard of living is the this thing is the main categories. Within health, if you see nutrition and child mortality. Okay, and towards the right you can see the weightage of it, meaning each health, education and standard of living is 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. Within the first 1/3, it is 1/6 and 1/6. The nutrition and the child mortality, and the description is also given. You can pause and read. An adult under 70 years of this thing is undernourished, or a child of 18 years has died in 5 years preceding the survey. So how they calculate whether you are poor or not, multidimensionally poor or not. First thing, what is this multidimensional? Because earlier and all, poverty means what? You will tell, okay, he is earning 500 rupees, he is earning 1000 rupees. That means this guy, first guy is poor. Just income you calculate. So UN came to a thing like multi-dimensional poverty. Okay, meaning it's not income alone. Different dimensions you have to see. One person has income, but does his house has electricity? Does he has like a toilet facility? Okay, just money is not enough. You have to have 10-15 indicators, whether his children are going to proper school, whether they are attending school, whether maternal mother is like giving birth properly, or the child is surviving after birth. Like that, many things you have to check. Only then you will know whether that person is actually come out of poverty or not. That is why multidimensional poverty index was created. Okay, I forgot to tell you in the starting. So now here, if you see, health, education, standard of living. In health, 1/6, 1/6. In education also, 1/6, 1/6. That is years of schooling and the school attendance. Then in standard of living, there is cooking fuel, sanitation, drinking water, electricity, housing, and asset. Okay, asset means you are owning a refrigerator, you are owning a motorcycle, washing machine, that and all decides whether you are poor or not. Just having money in the bank account is not enough. So that again, because there are 6 things within that 1/3, the last 1/3 has 6 items. Each thing will have 1/18 weightage. Okay, 1/18 plus 1/18, like that. If you add together, it will be total 1/3. Okay, so 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, and they are further splitted. 10 indicators are given, and this is a UPSC's favorite area. Already UPSC have asked like this, the indicators of certain indexes. Okay, and this time, because India has improved in all these indicators, there are 10 indicators here. If you see the sub 1, 2 plus 2 plus 6, so 10 indicators are there in the global multidimensional poverty index. In Indian one, which I will tell you now, Niti Aayog's one, there are 12 indicators. Okay, because they have little bit more expanded it in Indian context. So that also we'll see. This is the Indian one. In Indian one, if you see, 1/3, 1/3, 1/3 is fine. Health, education, and standard of living. But within health, earlier we had only nutrition and child mortality. Indian context, Niti Aayog added one more thing, maternal health, the third one. So that is why that is split into 1/6, then 1/12, 1/12. Okay, that 1/12 together is 1/6, and both the 1/6 together is 1/3. Okay, so they added one more, which is in red color. They added, in India's context, we have one more indicator. And then the second one, education, is same. Global index also we have the same indicator. Indian index also we are considering the same index, same indicator. That is years of schooling and school attendance, 1/6, 1/6. Last one again, other place we saw 6 things under asset, right? Under standard of living: cooking fuel, sanitation, drinking water, housing, electricity, and asset. We added one more thing, bank account, the red color. So maternal health and bank account, one thing added. So that time it was 1/18, 1/18 in the last one. Now it is 1/21, 1/21, 1/21. Only when you add up all that weightage, it will come to 1/3. Okay, and total 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3. Hope you are understanding. So a global multidimensional poverty index, a national multidimensional poverty index, one is by UNDP and Oxford, one is by Niti Aayog, one is since 2010 it is happening, the other one just 2021 it started, and then indicator wise it was 3 main categories in both, but 10 sub-indicators in the global one and 12 sub-indicators in the national one. This is the basic difference. And good thing is, in both the reports, all the indicators, India has improved this time. Most of the people have come out of poverty, especially after COVID. Okay, so this is the overall static part you have to study. This is the same thing, Niti Aayog's thing, that 1/21 thing. I put one line also, whatever I found in the Google, the data. So that also you can pause and see what is the exact meaning of nutrition, what is the exact meaning of having cooking fuel. Okay. So that one line also. This is the maximum you have to study about this index. Now, whatever question comes, you use this data alone and you will be able to solve it. Okay, these things are all in our test series also we cover when our current affair PDFs, when these things obviously would have come in news today, means today's article, August PDF when you get, in that these pictures and these things and all I will include. So those who are already enrolled, this is like double learning for you. Okay. So now this is again the highlights of the Niti Aayog report. If you see, lot of decline happened, the poverty people declined, and if you see the SDG target, SDG is Sustainable Development Goal, which the United Nations have put forward, 2015 to 30, you have to, all the countries have to achieve 17 goals. Okay, SDG 1, SDG 2, SDG 3. It's the same thing only, one is health, one is hunger, one is poverty, that you have to go on by heart, the 17 goals. And under 17 goals, there are around 169 targets. So this one, because it's again dealing with poverty, health and all, SDG goals, many of the SDG goals are getting covered when you achieve better ranks in this particular indexes. Okay, so all 12 indicators have shown improvement in India, and states like UP, Bihar, MP, Odisha, Rajasthan recorded steepest decline in the number of MPI poor, meaning that many people came out of poverty in those things. Okay, and these are all more details I'll show you. These are all just infographs and pictures for easy understanding if you are seeing for the first time. So now these are again state wise. If you see, the green color is all like lesser poor people, and the orange or red and all is like high poor. So if you see Bihar is having more than 50% people under extreme poverty or multi-dimensional poverty, you can tell. Okay, this again I'll show you more stats and fact, but map you can use it. Okay, in your exam hall also, if you draw all this in a mains question, it's like excellent. You can draw like this and then put it in different shading or different, not like color coding. One put stripes, one put dots, one put something, and then like that you can draw and show. Okay, and like this you can tell. Dots means it is less poor, stripes means it is more poor, or fully shaded it's like extreme poor. That's all you can do. These are all value adds to your mains answer. Okay, then national MPI, again the outcome, huge improvements in indicators like access to cooking fuel, sanitation, drinking water and bank account, because you know we had multiple Swachh Bharat schemes and our PM this Jan Dhan Yojana and all, where bank accounts are done, drinking water, Jal Jeevan mission is there, cooking fuel, the LPG gas reforms are there. So because of that, our indicators we have improved tremendously in the last few years. And in the other factors, this thing like nutrition and education, even though we have schemes, it is only marginal improvement, but it's improvement only, but marginal improvement, and this is where you have to focus now. And then the states which used to be called the Bimaru states, Bihar, UP, Orissa, Rajasthan, their excellent improvement is there. Lot of people came out of poverty in the rural areas. Okay, and also the number of states with less than 10% of people living in poverty. Okay, less than 10% poverty means it's a good thing actually, meaning 90% people are out of this thing. Okay, so that earlier, right, it was only 7 states: Mizoram, Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Sikkim, Tamil Nadu, Goa and Kerala. Now it increased to 14 states. Okay, where only 10% people or less are in poverty. Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Manipur, Uttarakhand, these are all added. So these 14 states, it's like doing very good. Less than 10% people only is in poverty. These are all the facts you should use in your answer. Then except for Bihar, no other state in India has more than 1/3 of its population living in poverty. So Bihar is something which is not doing good and they have to improve. Okay, it has improved a little bit, but it is compared to other states, it's very bad. Okay. So again, in the website of UNDP, these things you can see across 110 countries they do this survey, and in that this many people, 1.1 billion people out of the 6.1 billion are poor people. Okay, and then again poverty reduction, 25 countries halved their goal, halved their global MPI value within 15 years. Okay, meaning they have improved. 25 countries have improved. And again, in Africa, most of the people are poor, sub-Saharan Africa. In South Asia, there are many people who are poor. Okay, so middle income countries, they are showing, low income countries are showing. These are all infographics which makes you understand the fact better, because instead if you give a lot of black and white points, it will not look interesting. So that's why I put out all these screenshots also from the UN website itself. Now a comparison of global and national I'll do. National already I showed you. Global MPI released again in July 2023. I told you 25 countries, including India, successfully halved their global MPI values within the last 15 years, and total of 415 million people moved out of poverty in India. Okay, and it measures annually the acute multidimensional poverty across more than 100 developing countries. Okay, so it's an annual report, more than 100 countries it is analyzing, and first it was launched in 2010 by UNDP and Oxford Poverty and Human Development Initiative. Okay, and the main thing is SDG 1, which is ending poverty. That is what they are trying to fulfill, but it's also connected to SDG 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 and 11. Okay, that will be that only: poverty, hunger and health, education. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then 6 and 7 and all, you try to find out what are the correct thing. Okay, same it will be asset, holding the asset, or environment, pollution is controlled, like that many things will be there. So these 6, 7 goals which is there, that all is getting achieved if you improve your rank in this particular index. Okay, and then again I told you 0.33 or less if it is, or more it is, then you will understand that that person is poor. Okay, out of the 10 indicators. In global it is 10 indicators, in Indian context it is 12 indicators. So those who are deprived of 1/2 or more, okay, meaning more than 50% of the indicators they are doing bad, that means you are in extremely like multi-dimensional poor. Okay, that is like in African countries and all you find. And then the comparison, the global and India, child poverty is continuing to be a pressing issue. Okay, where poverty rate among children is 27.7%, while among adult it is 13.4%. Okay, because in children means what you will look, their nutrition you will look, their schooling you will look, that and all you will use in this particular thing. So the child poverty is very bad even now across the world. Then poverty predominantly affect rural area compared to urban area. Most of the poor people are in the rural area. Then there is lack of comprehensive data. During COVID time and all, we missed out lot of things. Even our Indian census itself didn't happen properly. So that is why data is very poor, and that is why we cannot rely also too much. The negative impact of the pandemic in dimensions such as education are significant and can have long lasting consequence, because schools were shut down, people not going to school, they're depending on digital classes. So that whatever we lost, it's very difficult to catch up, and long lasting implications it will have. In India, I told many people were pulled out, around 415 million people were pulled out of poverty between 2005 to 2021, okay, meaning 15-16 years gap. The incidence, meaning people falling into poverty, that incidence fell from 55% to 16%, which is a good thing. The deprivation in all the indicators declined, meaning we are doing good. Okay, deprivation is there means we are doing bad, but deprivation has declined. That means India is doing good. The poorest states and groups, including children and people in disadvantaged caste group, had the fastest absolute progress. Meaning the poor states which I showed you, they all have shown good improvement. People who are like facing caste issues and other disadvantaged group and all, they also did huge improvement because of the number of schemes. In last 8-9 years, how many schemes came. So these findings are significant also because India's population is now number 1. We surpassed China in April 2023. So usually when the numbers increase, population increase, our poverty people also will increase usually, but in spite of that, our poverty people have decreased. So that is a good sign, and that is how the basic outcome of the entire Hindu article I got. Now from here, the Hindu's exact wordings is there. Okay, till now the full summary, what all you have to learn, everything I have taught you. Now just whatever I have highlighted, that just lines alone you note down. Report came, poor people have gone down from 25% to 15%. The report global came by released by UNDP and Oxford. There also they told declined from 27.5 to 16, meaning our report and global report both are kind of matching. Then multidimensional poverty estimates are not substitutes for national sample survey. Okay, meaning we have our own national sample survey. So this and that both you have to treat individually. Just because there it is declined, that doesn't mean okay now ignore all the other reports which is coming. Okay. Then our consumption expenditure survey, which has lot of data issues, which I discussed in the few days ago, how much our people are spending on consumptions, on daily usage, that and all, our data is completely wrong. And this year we are doing a new consumption expenditure survey is happening. After that data comes, then we have to again find out whether actually people are able to afford all the things, whether inflation has affected them, that and all we have to see. Okay. So global index says that India has made momentous progress in reducing multidimensional poverty index. Then other than this, in India, one thing is the World Bank on poverty index is there, that we follow. Then we have Tendulkar committee, we have Rangarajan committee. All these people have told different measurement of poverty. Okay, this also in another article I have already discussed, and in future again we will discuss when good articles comes. Okay, so poverty based on income or consumption is different from deprivations based on education or health. Like I told earlier, like 500 rupee, 1000 rupee, so he is rich, that was there. But now 1000 rupees is not enough. Are you sending your children to school? Are you getting proper health? Are your wife able to conceive a child properly? After that, is the child surviving? After that, the child education. Is he going to school? Everything, okay, in your house, what all assets are there? Everything determines whether you are multidimensionally poor or not. Another expert group was there to review the methodology of measuring poverty in 2014. They also suggested many multidimensional thing, and they did not like it also. They were opposing the thing because this multidimensional thing sometimes doesn't work. Okay, because each data is collected by different body. One person is collecting about how many children are going to school, another body is collecting about how many people are hungry, another people is collecting how many assets you have. There is no uniformity. So whether in the same house this thing happened or not, how you know? Because this one, maybe they took only 1 lakh people sample and they did this. Other people took only 500 people and did the survey. Other people took just one area and took the survey. Then how will you know from that one house whether this and this was matching? So you should do a proper thing. So multiple dimensions done on short intervals by multiple groups was rejected, or these people, the expert group was against it. Okay. See, aggregation is another problem. In principle, they should be independent. Everything should be properly done and not dependent on other people's data. Okay, independently you should have a proper survey mechanism of all the indicators. Only then you can tell these indicators are giving correct data. Okay, and they're telling we are not against multidimensional poverty or deprivations, but converting them all into an index causes several problems. Meaning the different things you take and put into one index, that has a problem, because survey is done by different people. One body should be there or one method should be there. Only then you can get the proper standard of living of a person. Okay, then again one Srinivasan committee 2007 collapsing many relevant but not necessarily commensurate dimensions into a single index defined as an arbitrarily weighted sum of disparate indexes make little sense. Meaning again, it doesn't make sense. That's what he also told. Everybody are telling this only from different places, different measurement thing you can put in one index. It doesn't make sense, or it makes little sense. Okay. In the minds of most people, being rich or poor is associated with level of income only. The various non-income indicators of poverty are in fact reflection of the inadequate income. Defining poverty in terms of income or in absence of such data in terms of expenditure seems most appropriate, and it is this method which is followed in most countries. Okay, so again, people assumptions of rich and poor is only based on income. That is not correct, and because of this lack of data and all, many people just take that only even now. So that has to change. Okay, we do not have official data on consumer expenditure after 2011-12, which I told we don't have proper data to make a comparison with this new MPI index. So we are depending on indirect methods which are released by the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, periodic labor force surveys, like this different data we are bringing, and then we are coming to some conclusion. This is all not right. Okay, so this year we are conducting the consumption expenditure survey. Earlier survey clearly indicated that poverty ratio has come down. So we can believe the MPI. They are telling, okay, even though we don't have the survey and all now, we can still believe, because overall we know, whichever who has done survey, everybody told our poverty ratio has come down, especially after COVID. So there is some ground to believe that the rate of reduction in the poverty ratio must have slowed down. Okay, but still we need to wait for the consumption expenditure survey, and then the differences in data, like I told, National Accounting Statistics has some data, NSS, that is National Sample Survey, has some data. So these estimates and all are not matching in our country, and it's widening over time also. The difference which was just 10% between the both in 1970s, now it is around 50% difference in data is there. So that is why National Statistical Office must study this problem, improve on this problem, and need to supplement the result of the new survey which we will do, the consumption survey, and then bring out the proper expenditure on health and education of different classes also, not just urban or rural, different every type of classes you should do, and then do a proper data study. Okay, so this in detail the Hindu also I have told, but before Hindu, whatever you needed for prelims and mains I already covered. Okay, so now test series again. 2024 batch 2 is starting on August 21 this year, after next 1 week. So you will start getting a timetable, and then each day I will tell you what to study. You have to sit and study from your home, and then one test PDF will be given. You have to sit and read that PDF. Okay, like that slowly 1 year if you do, your full portions will get complete, both prelims and mains. Only optionals you have to study separately. Even for CSAT there are 7 to 10 days kept, and there are videos at Vysh IAS itself discussing previous year questions, tricks to solve certain CSAT questions. That 7 days you have to sit and watch that. Like that, each day if you follow our instruction, from your home itself you can study. Okay, and then between 3-4 months mains exams will come. You can write mains exams, we'll correct it for you, so you will improve week after week. So overall it's an excellent package for those people who are disciplined and ready to study from home themselves. Okay, others who need classroom coaching, you could join any coaching class. That's not an issue. Coaching is good only. But if you don't want that, if you don't want to waste a lot of rupees on coaching or time and go regularly to a class, then join our program. Okay, launch video is there, 1 hour launch video. It explains everything in detail. WhatsApp me in this number. I'll give you the link and the payment details. Okay, so I'll wind up this. Tell me in comment section how this series is helping you. And if not joining anything, just follow the Instagram, subscribe the channel, and watch our free foundation again given on WhatsApp. Okay, so thank you and have a nice day.